Are you trying to lose stubborn belly fat, but the cravings keep pulling you back in? You're in the right place because I'll show you exactly how to get lean without fighting hunger using intermittent fasting. Once you start following these 5 simple steps, losing weight gets a whole lot easier. Let's begin. I know how frustrating it is to do everything right and still see belly fat hanging on. But here's the truth. Your body isn't broken. It's protecting fat because insulin never gets a break. Here's how we fix that. Step 1. Choosing a simple eating window you can repeat every day. Choose a fixed eating window, and instead of obsessing over every single calorie, fix your insulin rhythm. Every time you eat, insulin rises. And while that's normal, when you snack all day, insulin never gets a chance to come down. Therefore, fat burning completely shuts off, especially in the belly area. Intermittent fasting creates long, low insulin periods. This is where fat can actually leave the fat cell. That is the entire game. So choose a window. 12 hours works great for most beginners, and it's easier than it sounds. For example, if your last meal was at 7 p.m. and you went to bed around 11 p.m., when you wake up at 7, you're already 12 hours into your fast. It really is that simple. After a few days, you'll notice you're not even hungry in the morning anymore. And once that happens, stretching the window becomes easy and natural. Just skipping breakfast will take you to 16 hours, which is ideal for serious fat loss. So you only eat inside that window and nothing outside of it. No random bites, no liquid calories. This alone changes your hunger signals within days. At first, hunger feels intense and dramatic, but that is not real hunger. That is a hormone called ghrelin expecting food at old times. Ghrelin runs on a schedule, not on emergency. Therefore, when the schedule changes, the signal fades. That is why fasting gets easier instead of harder. But to make this truly sustainable, you need step 2. Using protein to control appetite without willpower. You must lead every meal with protein. Most people that are fasting are under-eating protein, and then they wonder why cravings hit hard later. Protein keeps blood sugar stable and sends fullness signals to the brain. It also increases the thermic effect of food, meaning you burn more calories just digesting it. So, try and start every meal with protein on purpose, not after carbs, not as an afterthought. Chicken, eggs, fish, yogurt, beef. Whatever you enjoy, just lead with protein. This single habit quietly reduces snacking and kills sugar cravings, not by discipline, but by chemistry. Therefore, you aren't fighting yourself. You are working with your biology. When your cells are properly fed with amino acids, your brain finally stops screaming for quick energy. This leads us into the long-term victory. Step 3. Achieving metabolic flexibility. This is the real win because most people are stuck burning sugar all the time. When glucose drops, they feel shaky, tired, and anxious. Intermittent fasting retrains your body to burn fat smoothly. Your mitochondria adapt, and fuel switching becomes easy. This is why energy stops crashing during the day. You feel steady instead of spiky. When fat burning turns on, belly fat finally becomes accessible, not because calories disappeared, but because the lock opened. Therefore, you can go hours without eating and still feel like a high-performance machine. But we want to accelerate this process. Step 4. Increasing your non-exercise movement to force fat loss. This is NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Walking, standing, moving throughout the day. Fasting slightly raises adrenaline and lowers insulin, which naturally increases movement. You end up burning more without trying to. Short walks after meals are especially powerful. Even 5 to 10 minutes improves glucose uptake into muscle. That means carbs are stored in muscle instead of belly fat. So, the more you move, the more you win. This is one of the most underrated fat loss tools. But there is a final boss that can stop your progress. Step 5. Managing stress and cortisol. You need to prioritize sleep and control your cortisol because it can block everything. Fasting plus poor sleep plus constant stress tells the body to hold fat, especially around the waist. That high cortisol signals danger to your primitive brain, so your body hoards calories as insurance. On the other hand, good sleep lowers cortisol and improves insulin sensitivity. Late nights and endless scrolling do the opposite. So, protect sleep like it matters because it does. Eat earlier, cut caffeine earlier. Because your nervous system decides whether fat loss feels easy or impossible. If you are constantly stressed, the belly fat will stay. Therefore, relaxation is actually a fat loss strategy. Now here is the part most people get wrong. You do not need extreme 7-day fasts. Consistency beats intensity every time. This is why intermittent fasting fails for some people. They make it dramatic instead of boring. When it becomes boring, it becomes sustainable. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. It is a structure that removes friction. You are not forcing fat loss. You are letting biology do what it already knows how to do. And when that clicks, staying lean stops feeling like a constant fight. It starts feeling normal. That is how you lose belly fat. And more importantly, how you keep it off. But be warned, there is a right way and a wrong way to break your fast. If you start fasting, but you make these 5 common mistakes, you will never burn a gram of fat. I break them all down right here. Click this video now to fix your fast. Imagine waking up in 6 weeks. You look in the mirror and the softness is gone. You feel tight. You feel energetic. If you are ready to take control, subscribe to AutoFit. Let's make 2026 the year you stay lean. I will see you in the next one.